ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to XER, the Xpound Entertainment Radio. I am your host for this one, Quiz, aka The Mole. Joining me, as usual, is the very beautiful Rick the Hammer.
Hello.
And Pure Weather.
Hey.
I thought I'd keep up the discussion before we record of adding or whatever. You're welcome. No, Anastasia Laserbeam, also known as Pew Pew.
Yay!
There you go. You get one acknowledgement in this podcast, whatever your name is. But yeah, no. Normally we go news, which is 2 bits of news. Obviously, it's in the title. Then we go with catch up, which is us talking about what we've watched or played or experienced this week. And then we move on to a discussion. And this week's discussion is shared universes. Everything from Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC one, Godzilla v King Kong's now a shared universe. Universal's trying to do it with the monster movies, huh? Topical, because Halloween's coming up. But yeah, kicking us off first with the news will be Pew. That name again was Pew.
It sounds like you had to think about that. Like you weren't sure, like, maybe.
I couldn't decide between you.
Since, this is kind of sort of relevant for our topic, the Suicide Squad, have you seen Enchantress?
I have seen Enchantress.
Yeah, she's gonna be on there. Doesn't her fucking chain costume look super weird? Like, it's like, you realize you're supposed to wear, like, clothes, right? Made of material, not metal. But it's cool.
It looks awesome.
She looks like a fucking zombie.
I also saw the thing where people took the piss out of her.
Like, she's literally not wearing anything that's considered a material. She's wearing, like, metal.
Yeah, like armor.
No, like, that's her clothes. Like, that's it.
Yeah. But people can do that stuff. But yeah. It looks cool. But the thing that amused me with that was, I don't know if you saw the pictures of or anything, Rick, but did you see anyone take the piss out of it a little bit?
I did not.
Someone took the piss out because there was a big article on, what the fuck was it? It was one of the webpages anyway, talking about how sexist that costume now was.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just showing off her body where the character didn't normally show off her body. To which the person goes, really? You were looking forward to this movie until this happened, where it was exploiting a certain sex by showing off their body, and then he just posted a picture of the Joker topless.
Mm-hmm.
And goes, really? He's like, so you're not going to admit that this is equal opportunity for both people here? There's going to be fan service for both people.
You know, all for the Suicide Squad. I always liked Enchantress, but she looks fucking like, I don't know. I don't even know. She just looks like a zombie. Like some sacrifice zombie.
She does. I like her costume. I will admit it's radically different to the comic one, but I like it. I don't hate it. I do like this costume.
She's like the same character, or
I think it's probably because her comic costume, of just like the green hoodie and stuff that she normally wears, is too boring for a film. And if you compare that with the stuff that they've all got, her outfit wouldn't be too much different to what they're doing with the Harley Quinn outfit. So they want to differentiate them. So now she, just looking at it, you know she's meant to be this badass sorceress.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do that. I could see that. I don't hate the costume. It looks pretty cool.
I mean, that brow looks like it's made out of metal, but for her sake, I hope it's not.
Yeah, it's one of those times where I'm like, oh, I'm okay with this change. Like, I was okay with the fact Captain America doesn't have shitty little wings on the side of his head. I'm okay with this. Like, I will admit, I did miss Thor's helmet. No, I'm okay with Thor not having his helmet either. I'm okay with these because it's like it works. It's like I was okay with Batman's overly armored look that they gave him in the Nolan ones because it was realistic. I'm like, it works.
I hope they, make her feel like Enchantress, though. Or at least a version of Enchantress, though.
Yeah, they will.
Like, you don't lose the feeling, but she definitely looks very threatening.
She does, which I'm like, that's cool. And she looks like one of the other reasons for it would be, to be fair, while they're making older people somewhat unique, they all somewhat feel like they belong together as a group. So seeing her outfit, she does belong there with Joker and Deadshot and stuff that we've seen the pictures of.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool.
I hope we don't have to face any, like, outdoor terrain. It's be cold. No, I'm sure she put a magical thing over it. It's cool. What's with, like, the moon thing on her head?
Yeah, like I said, they've just gone for a look that gives her this like witchy, occult look. So I'm like, it works.
Okay.
She stole it from Sailor Moon.
I was thinking of that, honestly. Like if Sailor Moon did a transformation and then she turned into that. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, instead of like rainbows and da la la, it's just like skulls coming up from the ground.
Yes.
Someone make that happen now. I really do like her tattoos though. That looks pretty badass. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like got some like glyphs on her legs or something. That looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, and I'm okay with this with her costume because with the Suicide Squad costumes, they're having a little bit more fun with it. While they look more, I don't know what you'd call it, they look more uniform as such. They also look a little bit more fun and somewhat over the top in a different type of way. It's more of the gothic type of way, but it works. Because too many times now with comic book films when they come out, they instantly take everything the comic costumes were and make them so realistic that they don't really look like, you know what I mean? They don't really look like you're trying to make it over the top or fun. So that could be cool.
Yeah. It says here she's super like feral. Like, it might be interesting to have just instinct and
Yep.
as opposed to like planning or working stuff out. Everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
So.
and over to it.
Oh, I forgot to mention just before that. Cara. I'm gonna say her name wrong. Cara Delevingne. I don't know how to fucking say your name. Cara Devel. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that's the actor who's gonna be playing her, Enchantress.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, so my first bit of news, we finally have a release date for Street Fighter V of February 16th, 2016, and they also announced, I don't think it's the last character, as far as I can tell there's one more after this, but they revealed a new character, Dalsim, well, I guess not new, but new for the game, who has, a different look. He's got a beard going on now, instead of his normal self, if you remember what he looked like in the other games.
Is it a pre-order bonus beard?
No, it's not. He's trying to get some of that Ryu hotness. That's why he's growing it out. But they also said that over the course of 2016, they will add 6 new characters. So basically, it'll go from 16 to 22 by the end of the year. And detailed a little bit more about the fight money you can earn in the game to buy the DLC if you don't want to pay for it up front. But you can get it through in-game activities like daily goals and leveling up individual characters. So I assume play a lot online and you'll probably be able to get some of the characters.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Still hoping for Alex in the game, though. I was sad when Zangief showed up. I was like, oh, you. But you've been here. I want Alex.
All I think of when I hear Alex is Trebek. So I don't know who this other Alex is. I'm like, Jeopardy, he doesn't belong there.
I always think in Wonderland.
Alex in
Who's that?
Wonderland.
Yeah, you remember Alex Kidd in Wonderland?
Oh, Alex Kidd. Okay.
Yeah, the Master System game.
I thought you gender swapped Alice, and I was like, what?
Yeah, why can't I?
Canada McGee's Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alex is
gender
Alex is
swap
gender
Alice in
neutral.
Wonderland. How do you like it, Disney? Huh?
Alex is a gender-neutral name, so it could still be a girl.
Like, I'm going to gender swap Minnie Mouse and make her something beginning with an M that's male. Mickey, I'll call her Mickey Mouse. How'd you like that, Disney?
I was gonna do it the other way. I was gonna joke, fine, I'm gonna gender swap Mickey and make it like Minnie. Yeah.
So you.
Yeah.
But no, Street Fighter 5 is shaping up to be pretty awesome. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this, but I do have the beta. Woo!
I assume you are, because people make videos of it and stuff. So I
wasn't
think
sure. I wasn't sure
Mm.
because I will admit with that one they didn't give me the terms and conditions. They were all like fucking whited out on the page, and I could just see the do you agree? So I'm like, fuck it, Street Fighter.
They redacted it all.
Yeah, I think my web browser messed up at the time, and it's like no. But
You agree to these things you can't read? Yes.
it's pretty awesome. I will admit, I wish I could go against players because every time I've gone to play on it on the beta so far, it's just been against, computer control people who don't really fight back and just get their ass kicked.
Mm.
Ken looks weird.
With his banana hair? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ken like, you don't really look like Ken. However,
okay.
you look fucking awesome.
My thing is, like, maybe I'm off on this, but like with bearded Ryu, he looks older. Dhalsim looks older. Ken looks almost younger.
I could see that. He does look sort of younger.
And he is a kid. It goes the other way. You don't feel younger. You get way older. He should be like the oldest. He should look like fucking Gen at this point.
But yeah, like I said, the beta does seem pretty cool when I was playing it, and there's only 4 playable characters, sadly. But yeah, Ken looks weird. When I looked at him at first, I was like, "Oh, Ken, yeah, I like Ken." Because I deliberately didn't look at too much at the revealing stuff because I didn't want to get overhyped for it because I do love Street Fighter. And I'm clicking it, I'm seeing that, I'm like, "That's Ken." What? Okay, maybe it's a different character. I know how to try it out. Hadouken! Oh, wait a minute, this is the same Ken. No, nothing about this adds up at all. But I'm like, he looks awesome. I don't know why. He just looks awesome. But
I like he gets updated, but Armika has the same costume, which partially I'm not complaining about, but at the same time, it's like, the butt cheeks, really? Like, I'll accept it because, yeah, I'm a guy, but at the same time, I'm like, why would you fight like that?
But my first bit of news is Alien Isolation. Sega officially announced a new collection of it, releasing today, ironically, on PC and Mac, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. The new digital download features the full original game, plus all of the previously released DLC, 2 standalone missions where players can relive some of their terrifying moments from the original Alien film, playing as the original protagonist, Ellen Ripley, and members of her crew. The collection also features 5 mission packs that bring playable characters and challenges and maps to Survivor and Salvage modes. So it's Alien Isolation, the collection. Woo!
Nice.
Seemed Halloweeny, but I will admit, woo! Alien Isolation made me say yes. Sega needs to keep making fucking Alien games. Alien Isolation was everything I wanted it to be. It was like that was fucking awesome. I loved that game. I also hope they do a sequel to their Alien v Predator. I did like their Alien v Predator. Was it as good as the original one, or well, semi-original ones on PC years back? Those first-person shooters, and probably not, but it was still really fun. If that makes sense. And I would stand by not as good as the original, but still really fucking fun for a game series or sequel. Instead of, this is really shit compared to the original. No, fuck you. But over to Pew for her second bit of Pewness.
Well, now, moving from Kara to Kara. Yeah, that's a thing now. Yeah, Kara. Remember that 2012 tech demo? Anybody?
The one with the CGI person that looked fucking awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That looked fucking awesome.
Okay, Kara is now becoming a game. A
Makes sense.
Quantum Dream. Yeah, it's called Detroit Become Human. And
Nice.
they showed a trailer, and I don't know. I wasn't overly impressed with the trailer because it didn't really say anything. It just kind of pretty much talked to anyone who didn't already know what it was going to be about. This is what it's about. So it was like, okay, you know, because it was just her talking about not being a robot, or like, or not being a robot, but wanting to, be treated as not a robot. And yeah, so
I
I'd say
believe the correct term is biotechnical American. You
I
race.
think I think what they should have probably done was just say, "Hey, we're making this thing. Go watch the 2012 video again." And I think people would have done it, and that would have been a better trailer. But um,
Weren't you just complaining there wasn't more Fallout 4 trailers? And when we said, well, they mentioned stuff at E3. Yeah, but we want more.
yeah, but this already had a really awesome clip, and that was really good enough. And then this
Yeah,
is
but
seems
that clip wasn't about a game. They even mentioned at the beginning this is a test footage, and it doesn't resemble anything that's going to be a game or anything like that in the
But
future.
they're now using that exact same footage in
They
this
use it.
trailer.
Yeah, they're using the same footage and stuff, but at the time, it wasn't planned to
I
be
know.
a game or anything.
I know, but since they decided it's going to be a game, they should just tell them it's going to be a game based on this like demo or whatever, and just watch that again. Because this is just like,
Yeah, I'm sure they've probably updated the visuals a little bit.
Yeah, but it's just like her just chilling, walking through shit, and nothing really happens at all. It's just like, okay, people walking, cool. Okay, but yeah. So anyway, it takes place in Detroit. I know nothing about that. It's a place. So, but yeah, hopefully it'll
It
like
is a place.
yeah. And I don't know, it's like a city or something, so yeah.
And after hearing her say, just people walking, I guess that's okay or whatever, I really look forward to her reviewing Lord of the Rings.
No, I should review the walking simulator. Everyone's going to the Rapture.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So this does look really cool though, because I absolutely loved went nuts over Kara, so I can't wait till it is. Yeah, there's no release dates or anything, and it's gonna be exclusive to PS4, obviously. But yeah, holy shit! Oh my god! Finally, fucking 4 years. I hope they've been working on it for 4 years. That's what I like to think. Not, hey, 4 years later, hey, we should totally turn this into a game that everyone wanted 4 years ago.
Well, to be fair, what they did 4 years ago was when they showed that off, it was to show up the technology they were working on.
I know,
So they won't have been working on the game for 4 years, but they will have been building up the technology in the studios and stuff to make said game.
Yeah, but like I was so much more interested in the story. I didn't really care about like how pretty it looks, but
Yes, but here's the thing, Pew.
yeah.
While you may only want the story, and that's cool, video games still need to be programmed, and they still need technology to make them run.
I know
means-
that. Don't be a fucking
What?
asshole. Don't be an asshole, okay? I got it. That they, upgrading technology, whatever. I just hope that, they didn't just like 4 years ago or 4 years later decide, oh, this would be cool if we made it a game.
Probably like, what's our next game? The guy's like, oh.
Because I don't want to. Because I would.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to hear that. Like in this, when they actually come out with a release date, it'll be 4 years from now. They'd be like, no. Troll you every 4 years. Will come out about news about this game. It'll be. We'll do it on a leap year.
They're like, it'll come out in 2 Last Guardians.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, but it's gonna be fucking amazing. Yay!
Yeah. No, I'd just been making the point of the technology thing.
Oh, I know the technology needs to catch up and stuff.
No. I was saying that their studio was building it. That was them showing what they could do and all that, which means announcing the game now, they're probably going to take years to make that game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know they had to like get up the technology and stuff, but
But hopefully it's cool, because I will admit that test trailer thing did look fucking awesome.
yeah. Because that's what I'm thinking, another 4 years, and then we'll see it, and,
Speaking of things that look fucking awesome, over to Rick.
Wow. Yeah.
I give you compliments.
Yes, thank you.
It revitalizes your self-esteem before you go to record with the authors. who deplete it.
It's true.
And harness your self-esteem into self-esteem energon cubes.
Because that's how that works.
That is how that works.
It is when you're dealing with Rick. Everything must be done in something energon cubes. Like, even if his kids are hungry, kids, how much food do you need in energon cubes? Can't we just have regular burgers? No, I must cube it.
Like those Japanese watermelons.
Yes. And then he likes to sing Kubrick's Robots for Everyone. No one liked Kubrick.
Nobody watched that show.
I watched that show only for the 2 or 3 months when the previous show that was before Dragon Ball Z was on a hiatus, so that got attached to Dragon Ball Z. Because I was like, ooh, this channel keeps skipping like 5 to 10 minutes either side when Dragon Ball Z is on. No, I will watch the show before it so I can watch it in time. That was the only reason I watched Kubrick. It wasn't good. At least to me, it wasn't that good. Sorry if I insulted it and someone here liked it.
No, never saw it. Know of its existence, but I never watched it.
Fair enough. Its song was awesome. But that was it. But no, over to awesome looking Rick.
Alright, so the other day, Quake Live, which is a browser-based free-to-play version of the old ID multiplayer classic Quake, had a 1 gigabyte patch, which essentially made it a free-to-play game from that into a $10 game on Steam. So, like, several years after its release, they made it a pay game. And basically, in the transition, wiped everyone's username, friends list, clan list, statistics. So just 5 years of all that stuff. They're like, yeah, whatever, just throw it out. Which understandably made people annoyed. And so a lot of users that then purchased it want their money back because they're like, wait, it got rid of all my shit? Like, what the fuck? And but as far as I can understand, their explanation was, well, they moved it over to Steam, so it uses like Steam's tracking stuff and all that, and it uses your Steam name, so it like had to get rid of it. But it seems kind of shady because they apparently didn't let anyone know that they were doing all this stuff, so people are understandably a little pissed.
I could see that. I'd be pissed at that.
Yeah.
It's like I used to be pissed back in the day when you'd be playing like a game on PS2, and it didn't happen often, but every now and again it'd be like, boom, memory card is corrupted. No! Yeah. It was my Earth, and you blew it up. First world problems. Okay, I didn't scream first world problems. But I did used to be like, no, every time. Be like, no, and you'd try everything. Like, you'd try blowing it like a NAS cartridge. Yeah. You'd try going, okay, I'm going to get cotton wool buds and go inside, hope this works. No, just work, damn you, live. But
yeah, sounds kind of shitty, but
that does sound shitty though.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know.
Well, if there's one thing PC gamers love, it's being screwed by Steam.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that made me laugh with Street Fighter was they had the beta for PC, and then like people data mined it and found like references to characters and stuff, and I'm like, huh, and PC players wonder why they don't want to bring shit out on PC. Yeah. The second they do, some asshole data mines it all. Oh, look at this stuff they didn't finish. That must be DLC. And they're like, calm the fuck down. Why don't you just wait? It might be nothing. It might be code that's left over. Just stop making it in this crazy thing that it's not. Just, calm the fuck down. They're like, we must data mine. It's like, yeah, you wonder why people don't want to sell you shit.
Yeah, it could just be a character that they had the idea to use but couldn't quite finalize, so it's not going to be in the final release because then they'd be releasing a shit product that people would complain about, and all you're doing is making that look like they're the villains for not wanting to release a shit product.
Yep.
I don't get that. I've seen that before now when people are like, oh my god, I've seen the data on here, and they left out all this. And you're like, okay, they left out that stuff, but it wasn't complete, and they were having issues with this. I can understand that. Now, I am pissed if it's like, like Resident Evil 5, I think it was, where you had to pay at one point for fucking multiplayer, and it was like a kilobyte. Like, that annoys me, and that stuff being on the disc pisses me off.
Yeah.
But stuff that's left off for genuine reasons, I'm like, just let it go.
Yeah.
But speaking of stuff that's awesome, and speaking of stuff Rick will enjoy, Paramount Pictures is developing a live-action adaptation for Nickelodeon's popular TV show, wait for it, Dora the Explorer. According to Deadline, Puss in Boots writer Tom Wheeler will be penning the script. Aside from the fact Wheeler's on board to write, however, details of the movie and the adaptation remain scarce. Pardon me.
Will the film be also an intelligent self-help thing?
Maybe. But in addition to Dora, Wheeler is involved in yet another kid-friendly live-action film from Paramount. This one's based on a popular comic and Hasbro toy line, Micronauts. So yeah, that's also a thing. But Dora the Explorer, the live-action film, that could be awesome. Or it could be really shit. I just want to see what they do with it.
It'll be like the gender swap version of that movie that Matt LeBlanc was in with the gorilla. It'll be like that from fucking '98 or whatever.
Nice. I was thinking it was probably gonna be, if they make it live action, or it's a live action film, yeah. So it's a live action adaptation. I'm thinking, and I know this may sound weird, I see it being like that Nancy Drew film starring whatever the fuck her name is, who's related to Julia Roberts and looks a little like her, so people keep giving her work despite the fact she can't act too much. That's a weird rant for this Dora the Explorer thing, but what's her name? It's something Roberts.
I don't know.
Do you know the girl I'm on about?
No. I might if I'd seen her, but I don't recall.
Fair enough. It was something like Emily Roberts or something. She's like Julia Roberts' niece or sister or cousin or daughter or, I don't know, undeveloped clone. She's her Boba Fett.
She's her Boba Fett.
But anyway, over to catch up, and we will start catch up with a bang, and that bang simply reads Richter.
Okay. So
intros.
Yep. First thing I've been playing this week is Corpse Party on the Vita. I love the title because it's one of those ones where like you read the title and you're like, huh, is this about? Yeah, you know what you're gonna get. There's dead bodies everywhere. Yeah, it's not. I know what you thought it was, and no, it's not that at all. That would be a lot happier a game. Not that this one's bad, but this is not a game you play when you're feeling down. This isn't gonna make you better.
I was thinking Mario Party, but with like the corpses from. Do you remember Sonic and Sega All Star Racing with the cartoony House of the Dead zombies? I was picturing that. No, I'm sad.
Yep. No, it's not like that. It's the third part in a series of games. I think it's the last one. I don't even know. But it's like a kind of like a horror movie almost that you're playing in. Not survival horror really, but you walk around and it just basically people are traveling to because they're stupid. Because some of the people escaped in the second one and they're like, oh, I gotta go back, and I'm like, no, you don't go back, because it's like this fucking haunted elementary school where just these like teenage kids, because they're like 13, 14, just die like grisly ass deaths. Like in the second one, there was one where a girl was like dismembered before she was killed, and they're just describing it, and you're like, damn.
Whoa. Time out, I will say, and I think Bruce Campbell will agree, there is nothing wrong with going back to the scene at the fair. I'd still love that way. It's like the second one. Wait, it's just a remake? He's like, no, Ash went back. Really? He went back? Is he that stupid? To which Bruce Campbell's like, yes, he is that stupid. I'm like, that's awesome.
But yeah, it kind of continues like some of the fallout from the second one. But yeah, some of the people go back. Some are going to find people from the first one. The thing is, if you let me see, for the characters that went in last time, I think because there was like seven different stories or something like that, kind of connected. And out of the the people that were there, I think 4 out of the 8 or 10 survived. So yeah, good odds. And they're like, "Oh, we got to go back and save your friends," and I'm just like, it's you just want to like scream at it. You're just like, "No, you are really stupid. I hope you die this time because you're that stupid." But yeah, it's and like the first time the second game, I guess I haven't played the first yet, but the second one was like first person like old dungeon crawl style of presentation. Like there was, you kind of walk through the room and whatever. It wasn't like an RPG at all, but it was that kind of perspective. And this one's like third person, so you actually walk around and they give you a freaking flashlight and stuff. And it's like, oh, there's batteries, and I'm like, damn it. So so it's like shine the flashlight, and then you're like, oh, there's nothing there. Turn it off, and then walk forward. And there's like traps and crap you can step on, like rusty nails fall through the floor slightly, or there's tripwire that I'm really afraid to accidentally walk through because it's like it'll do a lot of damage, and I'm like, I kind of don't want to find out how much damage. But yeah, so far.
Is there at least a Jamie Kennedy in Scream character?
Not
Just,
that I know.
who's there just to point out all of the stupidity in the trope?
No, it's more like a serious one, but it just I don't know, but I don't know. It's not bad. It's just not a happy game. I always call it like, oh, it's very cheery. With that cheery title, you know what you're getting. But yeah. Second game I played, I think other people might mention this. Played little Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition or whatever on PS4.
Woo!
Woo!
And we did like, it was weird because like everyone got it before me. So I joined, I was like level 1. Everyone else was higher, and I'm like, no, it's the reverse of last time.
I wasn't.
You were like a couple levels ahead of me, though.
I thought I was like only 1 level ahead of you because I literally got it on the same day as you went to play it with me.
You're only like 2 levels higher or something.
Yeah, because I got it on. I may have bought it on the Sunday, I think, or the Monday. I think it was Sunday, and then Crispy was picking it up for Monday, so I was like, oh, cool.
Although I will say, most of my levels I got in one day, so.
Yeah, I'm now like level 30 something.
Oh, wow.
43.
Yeah, I kind of wish some of the stuff transferred because it's like, all right, I'm starting over. Oh man, but I don't have any of my guns that I liked. I got these like shitty starting guns.
or at least give us the sweet tooth mask.
There you go.
I do like my Egyptian god Santa.
I like my Green Goblin.
Yeah, I don't even have another mask yet. I got like a material for it and a pattern, and I'm like, that doesn't help me.
To be fair, some of the masks you don't need those for.
Yeah, because a lot of them you don't need the material, you just need a pattern and color.
But I need the mask, don't I? Because
whenever
I go to... Yeah, I don't have the mask. I have the other parts to it, and I'm like, no, I just want the mask.
I meant like the DLC ones, because they're listed in categories now with DLC. I mean, we're not even in order of when you unlock them, which annoyed me. I didn't realise I had one until I scrolled all the way down, and one near the bottom was lit up. I was like, oh.
Oh, really? They don't put the unlocked ones first? Didn't they used to do that?
They used to, I think, but yeah, they're not in order. They're in order of how the masks will appear when they're all unlocked.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I didn't know I could scroll down. I should. Okay, I might have to scroll down.
But materials are optional now.
Nice.
So you just need a pattern, color, and a mask.
But yeah, and we did like new levels that I hadn't done before, and I was like, oh my god, it's like I'm just starting out, and everyone else. I don't think actually the other people there knew the levels, that much better. But it just felt weird because with the other one, that game or the original, whatever you want, vanilla version, that game was really fun. But like we did most of the levels, so like I was like I knew kind of what to do. This time it's like, oh great, I got to relearn them, and we're doing one, and I'm like, crap, and I'm trying to like wander around, find where to go, and not get shot up.
That's what I've been doing today. Today I was playing with Crispy for most of today. That's how I got all my levels up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with him the other night and stuff. But basically, I've been trying to get the what's the name of it? I've been I've been leveling up my enforce and stuff. But I've been trying to do some of the levels I haven't done before. Like there's a Christmas one where you have to open up presents and get cocaine and stuff from it because someone with a Santa hat has crashed his helicopter and his presents have gone everywhere.
Nice.
And doing all of these ones, like there's a instead of just a bank, there's a massive bank. It's called the Big Bank or something DLC. I was like, that's awesome. I've been doing those ones, the ones I hadn't done. You will be happy to know, Rick, in a mission I hadn't done before, me and Crispy blew each other up. However, I mean, we blew ourselves up in 2 different locations.
Nice.
Crispy blew himself up doing the objective of destroying the petrol station and was way too close. I blew myself up because I was in a room that was a meth lab, and I found chemicals, and I added one, then I added it again, and the whole thing just went boom. I then realised, oh, you're supposed to add one of each one, make cocaine and throw it out as an optional thing to put in. And check it out, Rick, you can put in a DeLorean. If you go to the side and click it, the doors go and open up DeLorean style.
Wow, nice.
I even made the comment to Crispy, and the second I said, he's like, I knew you would say that. The second we mentioned the DeLorean, I was like, wait, can I get in this and go 88 miles per hour to go back to Payday 1?
Don't do it.
But yeah, the new stuff's awesome. I like doing the new stuff, and I like those new skills. Ironically, me and Crispy have a skill each on that perks, whatever you call it, which has made us laugh because if we're together next to each other, they just match up so perfectly.
Oh, does he like lower the chance he'll be shot and you increase it or something?
Yeah, he lowers the chance he'll ever be shot if someone's next to him, and I increase the amount I'm going to be shot if I'm with someone. So that just stacks right there, because I'm basically meat shield.
Nice.
Because like I mentioned to Crispy, I'm okay going down, and if the team has to get me and stuff, I'm okay with this, as long as I'm doing something productive that's helping the team, because I'm helping the team. And it's a cooperative experience. I benefit if the team benefits.
That's true.
That's why I got the Master Chief thing, because it has the most team bonuses.
Oh, the top one, that crew thing.
Yeah, because it's like your crew gets 5% increase. Your crew has 5% zoom. Your crew has 5% this, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think logically they all benefit the team in different ways. Like Crispy's doing the master one as well. The one I'm doing benefits the team because I'm essentially turning myself into a tank in an MMO because I'm gaining more and more health. But in doing so, I'm getting more and more aggro on me, so you guys can shoot them from an easier standpoint.
Yeah.
And we actually saw it work in one of the games, Rick, and it fucking hilariously amused us. Crispy was running down this road towards, where we had to go to throw, I think it was, that one where you have to put the paintings from the museum into the van?
Oh, dear God, yeah.
It was that one. As he's doing it outside, there's a load of dudes, and they just shoot the crap out of him until I run next to him. And as I'm running next to him by the side, they stop, turn a certain degrees, and just start to open fire on me. Like, nah, let him go.
He'll bleed out. Get the new one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Nice.
I was also confused, but Crispy explained it to me, but I forgot where it was. The difference between the doctor's bag and the fact the new class has medical bag. I'm like, that's the same thing. You place in your heel. But according to Crispy, what the new one is your one of what the hell are you? Your fugitive, Rick, with your meta bag. I think Crispy said, yeah. What you do with your one of your first aid medical pack is you throw it down and we pick it up instantly by just walking over it, whereas the other one gives you more health.
Oh, it's like a pickup.
But you have to pick it up with the wheel like my ammo. And I'm like, oh, okay. That makes some bit of sense. But it just seemed weird that they're like, this one gives you armor, or this one gives you ammo, this one does this one does this, this one does health. Oh, and the new one also does health. I'm like,
yeah.
You couldn't have given it something new, like a disguise or something, that makes us suddenly look like cops. Also, the body bag is hilarious. Have you used that? I can't remember if that was in the other one.
No.
Crispy got to use it if you're stealthing a level and he kills someone, he can then put their body into a body bag and lift it up and carry it away somewhere to place it so he doesn't get caught.
Nice.
And I think everyone can do that. But when I first saw it, I was like, that's hilarious. And when he did that in the mall, I tried to take that bag with our bags of cash to see if it would claim it like an award for. Yeah, I'll just claim it. But it didn't. It didn't give us any extras. And Crispy's like, I don't think that'll work. I'm like, you don't know until you try.
You don't know. In some games, people could pay for that.
Yeah. In real life, some people could do that.
Sicko.
Yeah. But I definitely need to play more of that with you guys. It does look really fun. Oh, it is really fun. And I just like the fact it's, like I said, it's PvE, so it's just fun to go in there and just do a load of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm also hoping people will pick up that other game that I've been getting, that I was getting Crispy to play on Sunday. They liked that Zombie Army Trilogy, the Sniper Elite mod. I've had that since the beginning, but since we were looking at the Halloween games that were on sale, and he was like, oh, I wanted to try that, and I was like, really? Don't re-download it, because I deleted it to make room because when it was on my other hard drive. And I was like, no, fuck, I'll re-download it. I have seen no problem with that. It's awesome where you get to do the slow motion bullet kills. But there's a horde mode, but I'm like, I don't think anyone here is going to buy it. Because it's one of those games, it's clearly designed for multiplayer, if that makes sense. Playing it in single player sucks. Not because it's so hard, but because there's no fucking story and just getting waves of dudes after you. It's like, I'd rather have dudes. I'd rather have people with us. But I'd rather have dudes like the two of you. But I believe over to Pew, because I know her first was Payday.
Yeah, I also played Payday, and it's super awesome. I got my favorite mask. No, I got a Santa mask, but then I got an Egyptian god pattern, and then I put, like, I think it was like a pinkish and blue on it, so now it's like a big purple stripe, and it's got blue and pink stripes on the side, and he's got the green, blue hat. It looks fucking awesome. Oh, and I used the wood material, so he has black eyes.
Can I also just say with Payday 2? I think his name's John. Is fucking weird.
Oh yeah, he only has like fucking glasses or some shit.
Yeah, he doesn't put a mask on. That's weird.
Really?
And you can use the patterns on his glasses. Like there was somebody with like a little aperture symbol on his glasses. Like, what the fuck? Like it's fucking weird.
He's a character, Rick. But even if you go custom mask, if you go preview, it's just his face. He doesn't bother putting a mask on. And I'm like, no.
He's these little small, like, Ozzy Osbourne glasses or some shit. And, like...
Yeah, that's weird to me. That's just weird. If everyone's wearing a mask, put your mask on, and he doesn't, which means he's clearly designed for Rick's class.
There you go.
Because Rick's class, you know you're fugitive, Rick?
I didn't pick fugitive.
Oh, I thought you tried it because it was new.
I was just looking. I was reading it because I was trying to see what they did.
Sorry, my bad. I thought you chose it, but for fugitive, then, if you one of the skills you can do in fugitive is you can interact with stuff while in normal mode. So with that character and with how that works, he's like a regular dude that if he needs to shoot, he'll shoot, but chances are he's just going to be the stealth guy. I think that's how they've done it. You know what I mean? Like he's designed clearly for that class.
Nice.
But it's just weird seeing him just go, nope, I'm like, okay, and I won't put your masks on. He just walks.
He doesn't even put his glasses on?
I think he has them on normally. He just pulls his gun out.
Because if he, like, put the glasses on, that'd be, like, the greatest class, because then he could, like, do a one-liner.
Yes. Or you could always do the other thing of when he puts his glasses on, oh, who are you? That is how that works. He puts his glasses on. Who are you? What? No, he takes them off.
Where'd that guy go?
Here you are.
The cowl of Grey Fox.
Yes. But no. But sorry, back to Pew.
Yes, I did do pretty much a technician class. Eventually I'll get up to, I saw this, what the highest tier of, Sentry is, where it has, you can refill it with your own ammo, or if you find ammo around, so that's awesome, so it'll keep shooting, and it had a fucking shield on it.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
it's so cool. I want that one.
I wonder if I could cheat with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you placed your sentry down, logically, couldn't I don't know if it'd work, but would I be able to cheat and just place an ammo bag on it?
I don't think so, because you have to do the act. Well, you could just place the ammo bag, and I could get ammo and then refill it, because you have to do the act of refilling it.
Ah, then that'd be a waste.
Yeah.
Because my ammo bag's like Crispy keeps running out of ammo with his new gun.
Yeah, but that's the thing that I want. Oh, there's a thing you can get. You could have a sentry gun and C4 things. So that'd be pretty cool too. But that's like Ace or whatever, and we'll have to see. I don't know. It's like a bajillion skill points and like $1 million or something.
It's exactly a bajillion.
It's a bajillion. And so what was the other game I played?
It was that Franbo, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Oh yeah, Franbo. That's really cool. I like it. I really love the writing for it because it's written like she's super cheerful. Because most like girls running around with like fucking scary shit would be crying in a corner and that's it. But like there's like a horse with like a stick coming out of its head and then a clown mask on top of the stick. And I was like, dude, and she's like, oh, look, it's a horsey. Oh, wait, it's missing its head. And I'm like, no, that's not what you say during that. Or something. And she's like so, like, almost ridiculously, ironically innocent. Because there was like twins or something. One of them has like a bandage on their head and like missing half their brain. She goes, oh, did you air out your head? Like, oh my god. And like you see the skeleton with the cloth like near the feet, you move it up and it's like a fetus that's attached to like the freaking skeleton, and she goes, oh, did you fall out of your mommy? Like, oh my god. And the scary stuff is really like scary. Like they have like the kids or whatever, and they kind of look messed up as kids, but then when you go to the scary mode, like their eyes are like darkened in, they have like hair, and sometimes with this one girl, she said all her thoughts were eaten. Well, there's nothing left of her. She's like done. They like legitimately eat her or whatever. And so it's pretty fun, and I love the whole time that she's like, my cat tells me to go here and do this, and the cat sent a robot cat to lead you. So she's telling the doctors, like, hey, I need to go find my cat in the woods. My cat wrote me all these notes. Like, yeah, you don't sound crazy at all. You totally don't belong here. Continue proving us that you do not belong in an insane asylum. But it's really fun. I got out of the asylum and I was in the woods, and I'm going to meet the cat or whatever. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet. I did a Let's Play on it that I'm uploading in parts. Parts 1 and 2 are available, and Part 3 finished rendering, so I'll update that, like, I don't know, probably sometime tonight.
Nice.
And my two things I did this week. First one I will talk about, just because I know you guys have seen it, is Jackbox Party 2. Or Jackbox Party Pack 2. That game is really fucking fun. I know I streamed it with you guys and we all played it together, but I like that game. I will admit I wish it had an online mode.
Yeah.
Now, I understand like we couldn't play it like that normally with the web browsers and they're just giving away their game. Fair enough. However, that way of not looking at the screen and stuff was cool for local play and stuff, cool. But why can't I play with, say, Rick and Pew if they both own a copy of the game so we can all just load up our one game?
That would be preferable.
Like where it says the room code, just change that to what your friend's room code is and boom, you'll be watching the same screen. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Or even if just the web page version would actually show the screen.
That as well.
No, I mean not your choices and stuff, but if I could
Oh yeah,
see
like
the
I don't see yours choices either.
Yeah, so I could at least because it lags enough behind that by the time a lot of times the question pops up, you're like, oh wait, and you gotta you don't have as much time to do it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's designed for streaming, so people in your stream can play and people in your stream can vote, and it's like, but it doesn't really work as well as you think it does.
Yeah.
However, playing multiplayer in local multiplayer with multiple people, like one was on the iPad, one was on a laptop, one was on an iPhone and stuff, was really fucking fun.
Nice.
My favorite one, like I mentioned, my favorite one of that is Quiplash. Fibbage is okay. Fibbage was good. I don't hate Fibbage, but the thing with Fibbage, it just wasn't as fun as Quiplash because Quiplash has that Cards Against Humanity moment where it's all just a Cards Against Humanity with blank cards basically, and each time it's something like offensive or it's like a rape joke. Not that rape's not offensive, but depends who you're raping. Now, it has it's all offensive jokes and it's hilarious jokes and it's just jokes you would make with your friends on the screen, and it's always funny. Like my favorite one with that, like I mentioned to Rick the other day, I think I mentioned it to Rick, was I want to see the Muppets take blank. Obviously, we all know the answer is Muppets take Manhattan. Don't write Manhattan, that's not funny. I made it so the sentence then read, I want to see the Muppets take crispy from behind, gently at first, but then eventually rough. Because that's funny. I don't know why, that was funny to me. And it's like, that's really, I don't know why, you know what I mean? That Quiplash one was really funny. I actually had more fun than I thought I would with the sound effects one as well. I don't know if you guys had seen the sound effects one.
Nope.
I can always try that again next time if we go to stream it again in the future. But the sound effects one, basically, what we get is a question, and then you have to answer it. You have to do sound effects to fill in the answer. Like one of the, and some of them are stuff like Donald Trump's childhood, what was the answer I put for that one of Donald Trump's childhood? The sound effects basically read something like "Hey there" or something like that, and then and just money hitting the floor. We also had questions where it asked you questions based on the people who were in the room's names. Which when we first found that out when who was it? I think it was my brother or someone buzzed in with Crispy, and it was what was it? Oh yeah, the sound was Crispy when he does karaoke. That's funnier because it's Crispy, so it's like, oh, okay, so now suddenly that makes it more funnier because you're included in the question. And I don't know why that's funnier. The bomb game's okay. I don't really care for the bomb game. The art game's really fucking fun. I do like the art game. Although the art game did something I didn't like when we were playing on one of the rounds. You have to bid on something, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bid on whatever your free art pieces it tells you are. And when it comes up, you have to try and bid, and you have to try and win those to get more money. Fair enough, and it tells you which ones to look out for. That makes perfect sense to me. But then one of the ones we had one, and it had Rice Krispies, Cocoa Puffs, cornflakes, and something else, all as answers. They're all going to be drawn the same way really easily. It's a bowl with crap in it. But yeah, Jackbox Party Edition 2. I like that one. I really do like that. And the second game I mentioned this week, just because we haven't really discussed these on what the hell is this now, XER. So I'll discuss one. I played WWE Supercard. Awesome! Has Rick played that game or seen that game? I'm not sure.
Nope, not at all.
fair enough, because I know Marcus has it, so I wasn't sure if you'd show it. Yeah, I can't play Marcus, but yeah, that's fine. Basically, with the card game, you're playing with WWE superstars, and there's various rarities and stuff, which that to me always amuses me because it goes by card logic, not WWE logic. Like, I managed to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin in toughness with Jimmy Uso. Because Jimmy Uso was like the next tier of card up, so he has much higher stats. Makes sense because you can get like an Austin in that rank and all the other ones. That makes perfect sense. However, to me, thinking Jimmy Uso beat Austin in toughness is like when I had Big Show beat, who was it? Big Show beat, I think it was someone like Daniel Bryan in speed. And I'm like, no, none of this adds up at all. It's confusing. That just feels weird to me. But my cards right now are fucking awesome. I've got a super rare Randy Orton, a super rare, a normal rare, no, ultra rare Randy Orton, super rare Miz, an epic Daniel Bryan, an epic Goldust, a super rare Rosa Mendez, and a ultra rare Natalia as my cards right now.
Nice.
And I know some people are like, oh, why are you using Goldust? Or why are you using Rosa Mendez? First of all, Goldust is awesome. And second of all, it's a card game. I'm playing with my best cards. It's not like I'm like, oh shit, yeah, where's the Rosa Mendez card? If I could handpick my card, Undertaker would have been one of them. And he was for the first tier of difficulty. But then when he became so obsolete, he was losing to everything, I kind of had to get rid of him. But I like the fact you can set someone as your champion and then get rid of the card. Because champion is, the picture it uses next to your name.
Mm-hmm.
So mine's always Undertaker. So even when I got rid of him, he's there. But some people choose to constantly update their picture, whichever's their favourite card at that point in time, and that's perfectly acceptable. But, Supercard, it's really easy, it's fun. I've done King of the Ring, I'm waiting because in 15 hours or 12 hours or something ridiculous, there's going to be a new event to try and do where you have to keep beating all these cards, and if you can keep beating each one, you get a rare card from them. You can get a rare Ryback. Then after you've done him, you can get a super rare Undertaker, and it keeps building into an epic Kane and stuff. I'm like, yes, I want these. Whether or not I win, I don't know, but I'm gonna give it the old college try. But yeah, that's WWE Supercard, available now on iOS and Android. So next up is our topic, and this is shared universes, because that seems to be a big thing right now, where everyone wants to make a cinematic universe of something. And we've discussed this in the past, but we thought we might as well readdress it with Godzilla and now having a shared universe, because it goes Godzilla, Skull Island, which is the new King Kong film, Godzilla 2, I believe, and then they're doing Godzilla v King Kong as a film, which will be awesome. But I figured we might as well address it, because there's pitfalls to it. One of the pitfalls is it feels like you're waiting for the payoff way too much for a series of films. We've mentioned this one before, the Avengers, Rick.
Yes.
Let's say Avengers was awesome, which it was. Let's just assume all the Avengers films that came after it for this particular phase, let's just assume they all completely sucked. I'm not saying they do. I've liked some of them, like Thor and stuff, but let's just assume they all sucked so bad that no one went to see them and the universe died. You're not going to get your Thanos payoff.
Yeah.
Because that's for wave 3. And I just keep hearing jangling. But yeah, basically I thought that's a giant pitfall of these, is basically that it seems like they're basically, cherry picking what they're going to pay off in their respective films, and the other one is basically, or series is or whatever, and the other one is basically, okay, but you're putting all your eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is working for some stuff, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like it or hate it, is working out for its best. I would argue, like it or hate it, the DC TV universe is really working as well. Like I'm a big fan of that one. I love that one. But I also stand on that everyone's going to like it, and that's fair enough. But I think, you know what I mean? Like, not everything needs it. Like we discussed, like, oh, they're doing the Transformers one, which I know me and you have laughed at many a time. Of, oh, we're doing a Bumblebee film and a Grimlock film or something. It's like, but then it's going to feel all special when they all come together for a film called Transformers. Oh, you mean like the previous 3 fucking films? Where it wasn't a big deal that they were all together, you're now making out it's a big... No, you can't fucking retcon how big a deal it is that they're teaming. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's like X-Men. When Fox did X-Men, fair enough, and then when they did the Wolverine film, and I'm saying the Wolverine, not Wolverine Origins, the Wolverine was awesome. It ties in well. That's cool. What they didn't need to do is they didn't then need to go and say, oh, you know what? We should probably tell a story about Cyclops and Jean and Storm and everyone so it feels bigger as the X-Men. That's not how this works. Wolverine makes sense because he always goes off on his own in the comics. He's famous for it. But doing it that way, just it seems weird that it's like, but no. Like, it works for the Avengers to have separate films, so I kind of wish they would stop teaming them up in their respective films. Like, 4-3 is meant to have is meant to have Hulk in it. I don't like that.
Mm.
The main reason I don't like that is when they were asked, will there be another Hulk film? One of the reasons they gave, which was the same explanation they gave for Black Widow, is it now feels special if we keep Hulk for just Avengers. So if you watch the Avengers, he's an attraction because you're not going to see him anywhere else. That makes perfect. Okay, fair enough. He's in 4-3. I'm like, well, why is the fucking Hulk film? Come on. I like Hulk, and I like the Incredible Hulk film. I know some people like to insult it, or some people like to say it was shit. A lot of those people haven't seen it, but which is weird. Wait, no, that is weird. Like, I know some other people on our site, I'm not going to mention names, they're not in this topic, have basically mentioned in the past, like, yeah, that shitty Incredible Hulk film. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Maybe they don't know that maybe they're referring to a different.
No, they're on about the Incredible Hulk film from the Marvel ones. I'm like, okay, cool. And then when something happens in the Avengers, like, wait, how about this? I'm like, well, that happened in the Incredible Hulk film. Oh, we haven't seen that. Then how do you know it's shit? Oh, the internet tells you so. That's not how this works.
The internet never lies. Everything on the internet is true.
Yeah. But I don't know, what do you guys feel about the cinematic universes and stuff so far?
I like them.
Yeah.
Or the shared universes and the badness and the goodness.
I like them, although it can feel a little overwhelming. Like I said, my mom has finally got to season 2 of of Arrow. Yeah, I know this because I got a text. She goes, "Thanks for not telling me who Canary was," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "I guess you're on season 2 now." But it was just so funny, and she's like,
No. No. We
What?
have Canary in season 3. That is fake Canary.
I thought it was Canary, then Black Canary, then White Canary.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was just kidding, Matt, because Black Canary should be the only valid canary. But no, I'm kidding, because people did like that character.
my mom's just starting to understand what a cinematic universe or any kind of shared universe is. Like, because I'm trying to tell her, so when you get to season 3, we're on season 2 now, season 3, then we're going to have to watch The Flash and then Arrow. She's like, why? Because, I'm like, well, they kind of interact, now and then, and they're, in both, shows. And she's like, they can do that? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like,
how can you not get that concept? I've done it for years and stuff, like Buffy and Angel.
She didn't.
Or
Like,
all the CSIs and stuff
well,
like
see, my
that.
mom is like almost like she's slowly like becoming. I'm gonna say more retired until she officially retires. So she's realizing she'll be that person's like the commercial ran for like 10 years and now it's just coming on again. Like, oh, look at that commercial! I've never seen that before, or something mocking something else that happened like 10 years ago.
To be
She's just.
fair, not understanding an advert 10 years later and be like, oh, I haven't seen that, makes perfect sense, because I know so many people who, if the adverts come on, or the commercials you call them, if the adverts come on over here, that the reason a lot of people say that they're louder than they normally are is because that's when everyone goes out the room to make a cup of tea or go to the toilet or something. It's the piss.
Yeah, but like my mom is like now being re-exposed to like internet and like forms of media because she just works so much that she like never like does anything funny like at all. Like she never watches TV, never goes on the internet or something. So like
Also,
she's just reacquainting herself with that. So it's really fun. But
also,
yeah,
isn't your mother the same person who kept referring to as Archer?
she did for the longest time. Then she had me start doing it. It was awful. Oh God. But it's just yeah. But so yeah, it can be like
Yeah,
super daunting.
which means she can't even grasp the title, the basic title that comes up every week.
Hey, she knows that it's Arrow now, and she hasn't made that mistake in like 3 months, so I think we're good. But like, I'm still trying to tell her. She's like, "Do I have to watch like all the episodes there, or is it just that one time?" And I'm like, "No, it's like this one goes along, and then this one also continues to go." She's like, "I have to watch 2 shows now."
You don't have to watch 2.
I
You
know, she
can
doesn't
just
have
watch
to.
1.
I know, but like, I think she would really like it because she really likes certain types of characters, and I think Barry Lamb would be a character that she would like.
Yeah.
But it's funny that it's like super overwhelming. She's like, I didn't have time to freaking watch one like episode. Now I have to watch 2. It's like can be super like it's like I can't even believe they're 2 shows that go together. Like
Well,
you're blowing my mind right now.
technically, there's also Vixen, the web series. There's also Constantine, because that's going to be officially part of the continuity once he crosses over in this season, which means the old Constantine series is now officially in continuity, and Supergirl.
Yeah, that's gonna blow her brain. So I value my family's continued existence. So I'm just gonna let her get to like season 3 of Arrow first.
We here, the Xpound, do not condone valuing Pew's family. Thank you.
Yeah, because she's be like, what is all this stuff? Like, all this stuff is, like, together and other stuff, and that's how would conversation pretty much go. So I don't have time for any of these things. Can I just watch the one, and you can just tell me what's going on?
Oh my god, yeah, people like that are just so annoying. Wouldn't you agree, Pew?
Shut up.
I was just agreeing with you.
She's so mean to you. I know, you're just trying to be nice.
I know, I was being nice and I was agreeing with her. Or whatever.
What did you learn?
I was like literally agreeing with you or whatever.
Yeah. But, yeah, the thing is, they're super great and awesome for the fans, but for, like, casual people, it could be, like, overwhelming.
Well, good. We don't want those stupid casuals. Get your own show.
Okay, Mom?
If you're too stupid to understand the basic principle of this is one universe and stuff just happens to happen at the same time and stuff, then you're too stupid for this show. You need to go watch something like Big Bang Theory. And don't worry if you don't worry if you can't tell if the jokes are funny. They will laugh and laugh and laugh with that laugh track until you understand. Oh wait, I was supposed to laugh there. Ha 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 ha. It's funny because they're nerds and taking the piss out of everything that's nerdum.
Yeah. Like, for the longest time, Mom thought the Avengers movie and, like, Iron Man movie were the same thing, so.
They are. They are the same thing. They are the same universe, Pew.
Yeah, I know the same universe, but she's like, let's watch that Iron Man movie again. And then she's like grabbing the Avengers. This one's Iron Man, right? And I'm like, no, it's got all of them. Yeah, but it's got Iron Man in it, so it's the Iron Man movie.
He is the best one.
And they're all the Iron Man movie.
Hey, like I said, he is the best one.
It's just funny how like certain like things pick up, you know. But yeah, I personally like the extensive universe and stuff. It's like awesome. I'm bringing it all in.
I will just say I was also kidding with Iron Man being the best one.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
My favourites in the Avengers films, as the Avengers films, is probably Black Widow, Thor, and Hulk. The only reason isn't because I don't like Captain America or Iron Man. I love Iron Man in Iron Man 1. And Captain America seems cool in his films. My main thing with those three is I like those three more because you rarely see them as much. Like, even when they're dealing with Loki in Avengers 1, Thor felt like a background character compared to Iron Man and Hulk. Or
He
Iron
really
Man,
did.
sorry, compared to Iron Man and Captain America. And therefore, I want to know more about these characters. And that actually keeps me more intrigued. I don't know why.
It does, because he's supposed to be like just a gamma dude, not even like the actual Hulk that they need. And yeah.
A gamma dude.
He's
Yeah.
a gamma dude. They didn't need the Hulk. They said, hey, you
No,
know
that's
lots
the
of
new
gamma
one.
shit.
The new one is gamma dude.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that makes sense to you guys. What I was on about, like, for example, when I watched X-Men 1, I really liked Storm because you didn't know much about her, but I kind of wanted to, and it made me like her so I started to like Storm for all the X-Men films. Even when we did get way too much of her in the third one, I still liked her.
Yeah, it keeps things a little mysterious, and it keeps the wonder.
Yeah, but I still like Iron Man and Cap. It's not like I hate them, if that makes sense. I just really like Thor, Black Widow, and Hulk just because of that. Like Hulk in the first Avengers is fucking hilarious, where he shows up for the sole purpose like punching Thor through the wall, or puny god. Hilarious. He stole the show.
Although Captain America and Iron Man kind of seem like someone who got way too close to writing fan fiction got in there a little bit. It's just like, yeah, you really want all these fan fiction plots, but that's okay. We'll just use subtle nuances instead.
Only if you read into it way too much.
I guess.
But yeah, like I said, like the shared universe and stuff do works, and that's how spin-offs have always happened for years. Like how much was within the fucking Happy Days universe?
Happy Days had a universe?
Yeah, had Mork and Mindy.
And
What the
Laverne and
fuck is
Shirley.
that? Oh wait, no, okay. I was like, okay, sorry, I just didn't even remember that existed. I was like, because I know that's a show my parents watched, and that's about all I knew about it.
Okay, something shiny in the corner. But yeah, Happy Days, Rick. You had Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, and I know there's ones I'm forgetting. Like there was another spin-off, but I can't remember what it was.
Isn't there Joni Loves Chachi?
It might be that one. I don't remember. That might be the one. Because over here at one point they replayed the crap out of those. When I was younger. Because fun fact, at a certain point in my childhood, I unfortunately lived in Wales. I know. I survived, don't worry. But I would come to England to spend time with like my gran and stuff over the summer holidays and spend time at her house. Like kids do, where they spend like a week with the grandparents. But because the Welsh summer holidays was always like a week off from the English ones, it wasn't the kids' TV that was on anymore. So I was constantly watching like Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, all the Happy Days shows. I fucking loved them. Which that's really weird for a kid. But it's also one of those things where you obviously the age gap is something that you don't understand as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember when I was a kid at one point, obviously we've laughed about it since and stuff like that when she was alive, but when I was a little kid, I did snap at my gran when I was watching Power Rangers. Because she referred to us, oh, they're queer looking people. She meant queer as in strange, in case Pew's generation didn't know that.
I know that.
In case Pew's generation didn't know that, because you see, Pew, words can sometimes change.
Fuck off.
It's helping. But she would say, like, they're queer-looking things. What she meant is that's like a strange monster of the week, basically, that was on Power Rangers. But to me, being younger, I'm like, no, they don't look queer at all. It's just one of those things. It's funny. But, yeah, like, shared universes, I do enjoy some of them if they're ones that make sense.
Yeah.
Like, Avengers and Marvel made sense. DC makes sense. We don't need 3 fucking Ghostbuster films coming out, and I love Ghostbusters. Because we now got 3 Ghostbuster films coming out.
Oh,
Why?
wow.
Because for this reboot, they've planned to make a whole cinematic universe for it. And there's Ghostbusters, male Ghostbusters, and there's also animated Ghostbusters.
Mm.
Why? Why can't you just do one film, see if it's good, then maybe have ideas for sequels if it is good, but don't plan out like 3 fucking different groups all at once. And no.
Exactly. They go too far with it, and they're just like, this will lead to this and this and this and this. And you're like, yeah, maybe.
It's like Star Wars. When Disney took over Star Wars, one of the things they mentioned from the get-go was, we're going to be trying to do what we did with Marvel with Star Wars. And you're like, okay. Then they're like, here's Rogue One film, and for advertising that. And Episode 7 hasn't even come out yet. People don't even know. For all people know, I'm not saying it will be, but that Episode 7 could be another Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Which means all of these films that they're planning and hyping up may not sell. Admittedly, they will because Disney, but I just mean it seems like right now it's like, are you even concentrating on the film you're trying to sell us first of Episode 7? Because I don't think you are if you're selling us all these other ones at the same time. It's like I say with the Telltale games. I loved the Minecraft story, don't get me wrong, it was kind of fun. I'm excited for the Marvel one coming out and stuff, yeah, but I'm always like, oh, just concentrate on finish one.
Yeah.
Like, you got Minecraft out, and Minecraft's already started now, before Borderlands had finished, which I know it's now finished, but and also Game of Thrones finishing, and you're planning Marvel, and you're planning more. Just finish your fucking story. Just finish it.
I like Minecraft came out, and then a week later, Episode 2 came out. And you're just like,
Yep.
wait, what? Like, consistency. But there was like a 3-month break between like Borderlands or something. It's like, what the hell are you people doing?
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? There was like a 6-month freaking Game of Thrones like episode like 4 and 5 or something. I was like, oh, I forgot. I just completely forgot it existed. Thanks for reminding me. Glad all
Yeah.
those super important choices I made. Totally remember.
Yeah, I love the idea of, like I said, with that, like you said, yeah, they snuck out the second one because, oh, it's in the store, so they thought when people buy it, if it's got 2 episodes out, it looks like it's cool or whatever. But yeah, I was like, really, you've managed to do 2 Minecraft episodes before you could even fucking finish the 6th episode of Game of Thrones? Really? And to me, it seems like Jack of all trades, master of none, or whatever you want to call it, you're stretching yourself way too thin. Whether or not they are, I don't know. But I wish they'd just concentrate on one thing. That might just
That
be
would
me
be
with that.
nice.
Although they're
That
not
would be
really
nice.
shared universes. But I do like to think Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Back to the Future, and fucking Minecraft are all one universe. Because that would blow my mind.
Let's get that guy who made the Pixar theory in together. I'm sure he can string something up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I will say, speaking of shared universes, since we're mentioning video games, I will say, which people may or may not agree with, but Lego have done it right. At least I thought they had, because
Dimensions.
yeah, Lego Dimensions, but if you'll notice, Pew, with references he makes and how he acts and the voice acting and stuff, Batman from that is literally their Batman from their Lego Batman game, so all that continuity. And it crosses over with their own Lego film, so it is a shared universe of sorts with Dimensions.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, you've done this really well. I like this.
It's gray Batman, not black Batman.
Yeah. But yeah, like the shared universes, why? Like we were discussing, why do they keep trying to? Why does everyone want to do a shared universe now? Like everyone's like looking for that next cinematic universe. But here's the thing: if you all have cinematic universes, eventually people are gonna get sick of seeing all cinematic universes, and it's not gonna work.
Mhm.
Because it's the next thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's-
It's just like fucking found footage films and sandbox games and everything being a
I hate.
competitive multiplayer shooter. It's the, like, oh, people really like the shared universe idea. I know what, we'll just do that too, because they don't understand that it like makes sense for it, or that like the
Yeah.
first few to do it are gonna have an advantage. And so they're like, oh, we can do that too. And it's like, that's not really, that will get you some money, but that's not gonna do what you think it'll do. It's
Yeah.
not like a ticket to print it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, yes, I can finally see Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and stuff teaming. Oh my god, I can finally see over on the other side. I can finally see the Justice League on the big screen. Holy fuck! Oh yeah, I want to see the Mummy and Dracula and a Wolfman team up because. No, wait, no, I don't want to see this. I want to see fucking Avengers and Justice League because it makes fucking sense. But yeah, like you said, like I hate that found footage films. I still make the case Blair Witch. I like Blair Witch.
Blair Witch should have been the only one.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be a genre. It should have just been that game movie.
yeah, and I wouldn't even mind if it's one every now and again, if that makes sense. But like Paranormal Activity, really, it's still going.
Yeah, it is.
Sandbox,
That is
sandbox
Paranormal
games
Activity.
annoy the crap out of me. Sandbox games really do annoy the crap out of me. Sadly, I think competitive online shooters work. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I recently, in the last year or two, have realised why they exist, if that makes sense. No.
No.
I was waiting for you to elaborate.
Oh, well, how many games in like the last year, like Halo, Payday, and yes, some of those are PvE, but how many games in the last year or two alone have we all bought just because we wanted to play with each other?
Yes.
Some, yeah.
Yeah, there's been loads that I've bought loads that I've bought for the sole purpose of playing with Crispy online. Like even stuff like Call of Duty, Battlefield. I'm looking forward to Battlefront coming out and stuff like that because sadly it works. Now I don't think everything needs them. I will admit not everything does need them. Like I didn't think Tomb Raider really needed one when they did it on the first Tomb Raider. Didn't really need a multiplayer. But when they do it right, and a lot of games are doing them, some of them really do make sense. Like as much as I didn't like Mass Effect 3 having multiplayer, I liked Dragon Age Inquisition's multiplayer, but that's mainly because they went way too sandboxy with their story. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about your single player now, but your multiplayer is like Diablo, but fucking third person view. Which Diablo, that's another one we've all bought multiple times to play. You know, like you know what I mean? I'm like, I can see why the online multiplayer is becoming bigger. It shouldn't. I think they should still reward local.
Yeah, well, not everything needs it, though, is the thing.
Yeah.
Too
Not
many
everything-
shove it in when they don't need it.
Oh,
Yeah. Universes.
Oh, I was agreeing. That's what I said. Yeah, I do agree. Not everything needs. Like Tomb Raider didn't. Tomb Raider definitely didn't.
Uncharted didn't.
Uncharted didn't, but I didn't even like the single player.
Yeah, neither did I.
But God of War.
Ugh, yeah,
God of War
didn't
totally needed one.
really.
But no one ever. But yeah, it's like. But I did like some like I said like some stuff makes sense for that. But yeah, like the shared universes, I make the case it's rarer for a shared universe though than some stuff to make sense because it's like Justice League, Avengers, they make sense. Arguably, I will make the case, as much as I don't like it, Star Wars may make sense.
Mhm.
Because the EU was literally awesome before they killed it. But it was literally about multiple stories across this entire universe. And so for over 20 odd years, there's been stories coming out from all across the universe. Fair enough, that makes sense. I love Ghostbusters. I still don't think we need multiple Ghostbusters. And like you said, like the Transformers and oh god, why is the Universal one happening? Godzilla v King Kong ironically makes sense. That one I would even argue makes some bit of sense. But I'm not sure if anyone else is looking for thinks Godzilla v King Kong makes sense.
Well, they're both what kaijus or whatever that word is, like monster things.
Yeah, they're both monsters, but the reason I say that one makes sense, Pew, is years ago in Japan, they actually did a King Kong v Godzilla.
Yeah, they fight each other because that's what big monsters do.
Yeah, in their weird Japanese suits, which that wasn't King Kong. I will also
But
say,
it's in the title. It
Yeah.
has to be King Kong.
yeah, I will say, yeah, that's not King Kong. Just like I didn't want to see King Kong fight the American Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, but the new one, which is close to being Godzilla-like, I'm like, that's cool. And if you do King Kong, it's like, cool, we're going to see the American Hollywood version of King Kong v Godzilla. That is a monster fight that, to be honest, people have discussed for years who would win in a fight out of Godzilla and King Kong. Godzilla and King Kong. So that one makes sense.
Sounds like it needs more Godzuki.
Yeah, but I keep seeing stuff like, oh, shared universes for so many stuff, and I'm just like, why? Like, the Universal monsters, where it's like, oh, God, Frankenstein and Dracula and stuff will all be in one universe. I'm like, why? Because at their core, they're all basic principles anyway with those stories. I like those stories, but if you want to team them up, because of how old those stories are, you can do it without having to do spin-off films and all this shared universe crap.
But he's got such a complicated backstory, King Kong. You know, he's got to go beat up Jack Black and everything.
Yeah. But I will say that wasn't King Kong either. But I will say,
monkeys, whatever.
ironically, the 1970s King Kong was better than the Peter Jackson one. But
I'm sure everything's better than that, but you know.
Not everything. But
Most things.
Yeah, most things. But I will say, like, for example, I can't remember who here remembers this film. I hope Rick does, because he's the oldest one and he's the best one. But Monster Squad, I think it was Monster Squad, the 80s film with the kids hiding them in the treehouse and stuff. Did that really need to have established a film about Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman and stuff before it? No, because you don't need it for those people.
Well, I feel like for the monsters one, you don't need it because I would be fine if it's like, oh look, there's a werewolf and a vampire. Okay, like I don't need an established story of that. I already would say, yeah, they're together, and like, oh, Wolfman meets the mummy. Okay, like I would just accept that. It's not, it doesn't need a backstory. And if someone was like, yeah, but they've never been together this time, and they're like, oh yeah, because they never made Castlevania games or Monster Squad or.
Yeah, I was about to say, and it's like, I vampire and a werewolf together. I don't need some elaborate backstory. You take that back. The Underworld films are a great piece of American cinema.
Oh, I bet they are.
Said no one ever. Said no one ever. Though they are oddly enjoyable action films. But they're really stupid. I was literally just taking the piss with saying that great pieces of cinema in case anyone thinks I was being serious. I wasn't, but I will admit I can enjoy them. I'm not going to say I hate them either, if that makes sense, but that's shit. It's like I can enjoy Fast and the Furious movies, but that's shit. I'm one of those, I can call a spade a spade. But what's next, Rick? Are we going to find out like Sharktopus and Sharknado are in the same shared universe?
Probably.
I can't wait to see Sharktopus v Sharknado.
I was gonna say, couldn't it be a Sharktopus NATO where all the Sharktopuses like join the sharks and just go in a tornado together?
Well, no,
you can't
I know
do a hybrid until you establish the two of them fighting.
Okay.
No, what they have to do is because they're having Fuller House, and I'm pretty sure there was an episode where Urkel was on it or whatever. So
Wait,
then they
didn't
have
they
to
say
bring
that's
back.
not the Fuller House because when Job Stamos had the date rape drug in him, he said that he made the whole Fuller House up. No one actually wanted to get behind it.
Okay, well they're gonna bring it back and then bring back Family Matters too.
I know. I think he said the Fuller House thing wasn't gonna happen because he couldn't get anybody to get behind it.
I thought it was. I thought Netflix officially announced it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's what he said when he admitted to being date raped or whatever, or had the date rape drug in him.
For him, it was a Tuesday.
Yep, Netflix likes to screw you. Boom, date rape joke. No, I was going to say, yeah. Like, I'll tell you a great piece of shared universes that people don't really think of. I used to like one growing up. I don't know what you'd call it. I'm just going to call it the teen universe. I'm not sure if anyone remembers like Saved by the Bell and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, Saved by the Bell, the new class crossed over with City Guys, and crossed over with Hang Time, and Hang Time crossed over with City Guys, and like the three of them, and I think there was another one as well. They were all constantly going in, like every now and again they were doing crossovers, and that was perfectly fine. That was perfectly enjoyable, and they didn't do it because it was like they set it up to be this. They did it just because the same audience was watching the same shows. Like, if you watch Saved by the Bell, chances are you watched City Guys or Hang Time or something at the, you know what I mean? If you were watching them when they were airing, so it made perfect. It just made logical sense. Why the fuck not? It's like Muppets when the Muppets hosted WWE. They're not a shared universe. They're just a crossover. But before people say that, but it's like how many shared universes would Scooby Doo now have? But the crossover one of the teens one was kind of cool. But yeah, like I said, some of them can be done right. Has there ever been a shared universe? And I know when I say this, Pew's probably going to say Smash Brothers, but I'm not sure that counts. Is there a shared universe in video games that's been done right in recent years? Because I figured some of the Japanese ones may have been able to pull it off. Because I don't count stuff like J-Stars, because no, that's just putting groups together for a fighting game. Like Smash Brothers, I honestly, is Smash Brothers really canon to Mario? No. Therefore, it's not a shared universe. It's just a crossover event or something. Like Transformers and Avengers. Or New Avengers, as there was.
I don't know. The only one I could think of, like the only one that I could think of offhand that was like a shared universe that wasn't direct, or wasn't would be Shinobi and Nightshade, where they were in the same universe as far as I know, but they weren't like, it wasn't like a Nightshade was like all the way in Shinobi and then just had her own game. It was like they were kind of connected. So
she wasn't all the way in Shinobi. That's a great way of wording that.
I don't know what Shinobi is.
Shinobi, Pew, is the brand of ninja that Venus was in Next Mutation.
Cool, that totally explains it. I got it now, thanks.
The sad thing is, Rick, that's actually an accurate thing. She was a Shinobi ninja. But no, Shinobi was a great game. I had that on the Mega Drive, or Genesis. I liked that game. I didn't realize it was a shared universe. That's kind of cool.
Well, I think that one continued into the PS2 one, because that's the one that was related to Nightshade. I think it was connected to the old Genesis ones, but I don't remember for sure.
See, I think Capcom. Yeah, it was Capcom. I feel Capcom should do a shared universe or something. Just because it was basically the same thing. The next Resident Evil, couldn't they easily just do something that involves one of their viruses causing some sort of dinosaur thing, and then blasting it into space as the villain? Because come on, Dino Crisis and Resident Evil, I would buy that's the same universe.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like Ryu needs to show up and then the lights go out.
No, he does. Him Hurricane kicking in Acrid was amazing.
Yes, I want to see Akuma versus Nemesis.
They had some magazine for their April Fool's joke had that he was unlockable in Resident Evil 2, and they like used the footage, or they used like screenshots from it was like Street Fighter EX or whatever, and put Akuma in Resident Evil, and I was like, I'd totally play that mode. What the hell?
I would play that too. Oh, years later you got to, kind of.
years later, instead of correcting that mistake that they should do, they're like, "Oh, I know what. We'll sell costume colors." No, I want stuff that's just fun and doesn't make sense. I don't care.
I can agree with that. But yeah, like some games could actually benefit from shared universes. I honestly do think they could. Like technically, TV wise, NCIS is a shared universe, isn't it?
No idea.
Because NCIS span off from Jag, which may have span off from something else. I don't know. I never watched Jag, but I liked NCIS and found out it was span off from Jag. That's the only reason I knew that. Then NCIS had spin-offs of like NSCIS Los Angeles. I never watched them. I liked the regular one, but I knew they all happened to be one universe.
Mm-hmm.
Hercules and Aladdin. If you want to go by the fact that people try to say the Disney TV crossover thing proves they're the same universe, which that's fucking stupid. I know that shouldn't be a thing, and I know Jim didn't like me nitpicking this last time, but that was annoying. We were told Agrabah and ancient Greece were the same time, but then, and that they were meant to be happening at the same time, yet Jafar only, I think it was Jafar, and he just showed up in Hades' underworld, and I'm like, come on, we've seen Hercules, they die and they instantly fucking go there.
Mm-hmm. Well, he kind of, evaded death for as long as possible because he's a dick.
Yeah, but it's like that. You can't just say, nah, fuck that rule.
Yeah.
But was there any shared? What was your favourite shared universe then, Rick, or shared universes? Because you might have multiple.
I don't know. I guess Avengers, because that was the big one, and that was pretty cool. The build up to the first one.
I like that. That was pretty awesome. Did you also like the Power Rangers shared universe, huh? The one that includes Next Mutation and Masked Rider.
No, I'm good, thanks.
But it has all the stuff you like: Ninja Turtles, superheroes, mech suits. No? Oh. More sad. Rick's like, yeah, they used all the stuff I like for evil. How about you, Pio? Favorite shared universes? Or crossovers, or not crossovers, but shared universes or TV cinematic universes?
I did like the episode of, and it's not my favorite. My favorite's the Avengers. I don't want to repeat the same thing as Rick, but I did like the episode of Arrow where they had Arrow in the Flash, and I think a third person, but I can't remember who it was. All like fighting dudes at the same time. No, it was Firestorm because he was in there too, and they're all fighting some dude on Arrow, and that was pretty badass.
That was awesome. Yeah,
that was like an awesome fight scene and like shit, all of them going at it. That was so cool.
That was awesome. I will admit my favorite is probably the DC TV one. I fucking loved the Avengers, but like Rick kind of summed it up. Of the Avengers was cool going up to Avengers 1. I didn't really care for some of the sequels, if that makes sense, like Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3, or any Iron Man film that's not 1. Because I really hated that film that they've retconned out of existence, of Hulk and Iron Man as one and the animated one. Tell me you've seen that now, Rick. Please tell me you've seen that, just because of how bad it is. Oh, you need to, where you can see the wall through Hulk's arm. Like bad video game CGI. It's like, that's horrible. But no, like I said, the Avengers did do a fucking amazing job with their cinematic universe and establishing Iron Man, Captain America, Thor and stuff, and Hulk and all that, all in one universe. That was fucking awesome. And they teamed up and they made the Avengers, and that was awesome. That was a great payoff. And like I said, like only from the DC side as well, I liked Arrow, and then you got fucking Flash coming out of that, and now you're gonna get Supergirl, but she's just off on her own, but eventually can team up with them. The comic book ones seem to lend themselves the best to this, I think. And it's probably because, to be fair, it's source material is a fucking shared universe. I think that's what it might come down to with some of this stuff.
I can't tell you how jaw dropped I am when they were like when the original Flash came in with the other the Barry Allen, and they were like, yeah, we don't have one breach, we have 52 of them. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, 52 different portals to different worlds in your one goddamn city. That's like crossover overload. I was like, oh my god, fuck me, that's too much.
You didn't get why?
No, I got why. I got it.
I was gonna say, yeah, with the 50, DC always does like 52 and stuff. I don't just mean with the new 52. 52
No, but I got it. It just
dominant
that
number.
it was like holy shit, because they were just talking about one single breach. We'll just close it, like like that game. No, there's 52 of them. And I was like, oh holy shit.
I do like the fact. I do love the fact they've actually gone multiverse with Flash. I'm like, oh my god, yes. Like I could totally see them going into that well later on Arrow and stuff as well, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, the multiverse stuff could be fucking amazing for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing I know people have asked for with that, if they ever did multiverse on that. Personally, I wouldn't be opposed to it if you're like multiverse. It's allowed. It's not the same universe. It's just multiverse when he goes back. Is you could cross this over with anything. Like you could have Tom Welling appear in the Superman suit and just say Smallville was an alternate world.
Yeah.
And I think that allows itself. Like how awesome was Ninja Turtles, Rick?
One.
Turtles Forever.
That was pretty cool. I
loved that event. It's like, oh yes, it's the 2003 Turtles, and then oh my god, remember people like, oh my god, yes, there's the 80s Turtles, and I was like, oh my god, there's the comic Turtles, and then you see this universe. I'm like, that's a great thing to do. That was awesome. That was a great crossover. I'll admit I was more happy with that than they're doing a crossover, and I know this isn't technically a shared universe, but they're doing a crossover soon in the comics between Ghostbusters and the real Ghostbusters. And I'm less excited about that.
You know what was an old one that I actually liked too? The 90s Spider-Man TV show, the finale of that. That was cool.
Oh, that was cool. I like that.
With all the Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
My
and the one that
was,
had no power because it was a dude in a suit. And I'm like, oh, that's our world. That's cool that they like represented that.
Yep.
I always like Dickhead Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I like that too. And yeah, like I said, with the Ghostbusters and real Ghostbusters, I'm like I would be more excited if it was somehow like Roger Rabbit style of the actual actors meeting the cartoony counterparts, or if it'd been really realistically drawn and stuff with cartoony real Ghostbusters, so you can show the differences. But they're crossing over the IDW cartoony universe with the real Ghostbusters cartoony universe. I'm like, it's not that different. It's really not too different, if that makes sense. It's like, why? I am looking forward to the fact they're doing Ninja Turtles Batman and stuff. Like, that one sounds fucking awesome. I think they're also doing Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters, or they did that one. I need to read that. I'm like, that sounds awesome. I don't know why. Those, to me, are like, that's fucking awesome. If that makes sense. Way more than those two, because that doesn't make sense. Like, did you ever like the Batman v Aliens or Predator comics, Rick or Pew?
I did not know they existed.
Okay, basically, Pew, they crossed Aliens and Predator over with loads of comic books. Mostly DC, I will admit. They did more DC crossovers. Like, Superman v Aliens wasn't terrible.
He's also an alien. Wouldn't it be like Alien versus Predator versus Alien? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Well, technically, they're not really aliens. They're called xenomorphs. But yeah, basically, it's the brand of Superman and Aliens. And that was cool. Batman v Predator 1 was fucking awesome. Batman v Predator 2 was kind of cool. Batman v Predator 3 was what the fuck? And Justice League v Predator was so fucking bad, it was hilarious. The one did I show you that picture, Rick, with the Predators from the Justice League one?
Probably.
Where basically someone, I can't remember who it was now, but someone basically injected the Predators to have the DNA of each member of the Justice League. So you have a Predator with an S on his chest and a cape, and a Wonder Woman Predator and stuff, which was fucking hilarious just because of what they pointed, just because of Flash. He made it awesome.
What did he do?
He points and goes, "Wait, do you see that Predator over there, the one without any powers? Ooh, look how dark and mysterious he is, Batman. Ooh."
Oh!
And no joke, the Predator that was Batman literally suddenly knew all his gadgets and was acting all dark and mysterious and doing all the Batman poses. It was fucking hilarious. This shouldn't be a thing.
Oh, that's amazing.
The reason Batman v Predator didn't work, and I can't believe this is a discussion, but the reason Batman v Predator 3 didn't work is Batman v Predator 1. Have anyone here read that one? Like, there was Superman Predator, which is kind of cool. No?
No.
Batman v Predator. The Predators come to Gotham. Batman doesn't know what he's dealing with. Oh my god, what the hell is the world's greatest detective gonna match wits with the greatest hunter of Predator? This is gonna be fucking awesome. And it was a great story. Second one, he kind of knows what he's getting into and uses a little bit more tricks, and then he learned a bit more about the Predators. Cool. The third one, he literally says to the Predators at one point, he's basically like, "Oh, I know exactly what's caused this, Alfred." Oh? He's like, "Yeah, it's summer." And he mentions the Predators are back. And Batman just goes and says, "Well, they can't see stuff if it's cold." He goes and he fucking just jacks Mr. Freeze's suit.
Nice.
Puts it on and kicks the crap out of him. I'm like, no! The first ones were interesting because there was tension there. There's no tension if he's just like, "Fuck, I'm just going to go get a Freeze suit." Fuck off! No! He's had too long to plan. He's literally planned for the Predators coming back. It's like, no.
Hey, fool it once, you know.
Yeah. How about Phineas and Ferb, Rick?
What about him?
I wasn't sure if you liked I was just thinking of the crossovers because I know one of them's coming on TV here soon. And I think my brother wanted to watch that one. They did Phineas and Ferb's Marvel and Phineas and Ferb's Star Wars. I didn't watch them, but I wasn't sure if you liked them.
I didn't know
Yeah,
they
it's a
did
pretty
that
cool
either.
show. I didn't know they did any crossovers though.
Yeah, they did the Marvel one, and I think the voice actors are actually the ones from the current Marvel TV shows.
Mm.
And then they've done a Star Wars one. So, but that guy, they're meant to be. I don't know. They could be cool, those crossovers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like weird crossovers. They're fun. Which that could be a topic all of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I'm pretty sure Rick can fill most of that discussion with just what Transformers have crossed over with.
Well, even though I haven't seen it yet, but I would just start with Scooby-Doo meets Kiss. That'd be the one I'd start with.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo meet Kiss?
Scooby-Doo meets Kiss.
Is that a thing?
It came out like recently. I'm like, what? I didn't think this was 1994. Like,
Yeah.
What on earth?
I also took the piss out of that when I mentioned it to the other two. I took the piss out of that when I mentioned it to Jim and Marcus, when they were like, when I think it was Marcus that said it at first, was like, "Really, Scooby-Doo meets Kiss?" But Kiss hasn't really been an interesting thing since, and like you said, like the 90s. Like I said to him, but you were literally excited for WWE meet Flintstones. Kiss has been a thing way after the Flintstones stopped being a thing.
Yeah.
This is less out of date, however, equally fucked up weird.
Yeah.
Like Scooby-Doo meets Kiss, it's like, wait, what? Okay, Scooby-Doo. I understand kids know Scooby-Doo, cool. Kids watching Scooby-Doo, they're not gonna be like, "Mummy, who's that?" It's Kiss. "Oh, Kiss, yeah, let me go put on my Kiss outfit. Yeah, Kiss." That's not gonna be a thing. The Flintstones one, I made the case that one seemed weird because Scooby-Doo WWE made sense because they were both popular, they could both leech off each other and get a bit more success for both brands. Cool. Flintstones v WWE, it's weird to know that the celebrity in said film is actually the one that's got the more star power or brand right now. And I really like the Flintstones. But that was just weird.
It sounds weird.
Yeah, I thought Transformers crossovers. If you read many of them or seen many of those comics, Rick, like was it Transformers New Avengers was weird as fuck.
I know they had the
one I heard's cool.
I know they had Death's Head way back when in the Marvel one. And yeah, I read one of the G.I. Joe ones. That was it, though.
Nice.
Because most of the crossovers are comics, so it's just like,
We should do that for next week. I don't know. I shouldn't just throw out open challenges on these, but I will throw out a challenge. It's up to you two if you both want to accept. Next week we should do, say 7, because that seems to be our number now. 7's our lucky number. Weird, well, not weird. Don't go too pew. Crossovers we'd like to see.
There you go.
And when I say crossover we'd like to see, Pew, it means they have to have some resemblance of logic. It can't just be because they're things and they're like funny. If
crossovers that more people than me would want to see.
Yeah, not just more people than you. It'd just be like some sort of logic. Like I'm sure, like saying like I don't know. I want to see Scooby Doo meet fucking American Horror Story because that would be like funny. No.
So I can't do My Little Pony meets Ron Jeremy.
I'm sure they already have a Ron Jeremy pony somewhere.
Yeah, but no, I just thought that'd be fun. Like, I could easily see like Richter making his own Transformers crossover with something like Battlestar Galactica or something, or Babylon 5 or Stargate, whichever one Rick prefers.
Yeah.
Rick's all about the Stargates up in here.
SG-1 is cool. So is the original movie.
I liked SG-1, I will admit. I didn't watch much of it, I did like it. I didn't like some of the other ones I've seen afterwards, like Atlantis and stuff. I'm like, what?
That's because they pretty much got rid of all the cast except for this one dude that made a cameo once, and you know, I didn't really relate to it anymore.
Worked the Power Rangers. I'm kidding.
Cameo?
I'm kidding. Power Rangers should never be an answer as a defense for anything. But no. Like, I could easily see some of those. Like, I could easily see Pew making. Well, I can't, but I could see Rick making some good choices. And Pew will also be there, people. So yeah, live next week. Top 7 crossovers we'd like to see them make. We have to have some resemblance of sense. And if it's already been a crossover, and you don't realise it, that's perfectly fine. I say that because, let's say you were to go, oh, I want to see Terminator v RoboCop, Pew.
Are we doing what media? Are we restricted to movies, video games, like what?
Media in general.
Okay, so it could be like a book or like, you know, like any of these. Like it could be from a book and a video game, or it could be like.
I'm clapping because you finally understand our show. But yeah,
I just want to make sure I get all the rules.
I said it can be anything, but yeah, as long as it's not like I want to see this news anchor fucking team up with Vader because haha.
Wait, how the fuck would that work? You just force choke a freaking news anchor and then be like, okay, what do we do now?
It'd just be a news anchor going, this is CNN in Darth Vader's voice. That wouldn't make sense, Pew.
You misquoted me! Die!
I also love the fact hopefully Rick got my reference.
Yes.
Thank you.
What?
But yeah, basically, I was just saying that could be cool. Like, but I was saying, Pew, if you don't know it's been a crossover or you haven't personally seen it, or it's just been a really small one, I will allow it if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying, oh my god, I would totally like to see Superman and Spider-Man. That was a crossover multiple times. No. But saying like RoboCop and Terminator, that was like a really small one.
I don't see them hanging out. I mean,
it happened.
Oh, that seems like a really odd.
It did happen when they crossed over Marvel and that one, yeah. But basically, I was just on about like I said, Pew, keep interrupting. RoboCop v Terminator. I used that as an example because that was a game. years ago on like Mega Drive and stuff, but it's also possible you're gonna see a film of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool, she understands now.
I totally get it.
Yay.
Yay. I taught her something, Mick. Watch it be 3-month ruled.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Yeah, watch it be 3-month ruled. But no, I was your host for this one, Chris, aka Mole. Next time, Richter will be our host
Yay.
with his smiley, happy face. And of course, Pew will be there
Really.
with her there. I'm kidding. Yay, Pew.
Woo!
Go watch her live streams or whatever.
Yeah.
And she also has some unboxings.
Yeah.
The unboxing of her brain coming soon. Peace.